Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Uh, Welcome to another show, Jackson versus Jackson. I'm your guy, Erik T. Jackson. That's your other guy.
Coach AJ Jackson, spelled capital AJAY, means the victorious coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is the Jackson versus Jackson Sports Podcast, and we give y'all some sports on various teams all throughout the year. For the most part, I'll talk about the Houston Texans, the A&M Aggies, and my boy AJ. You like to talk about those hated Cowboys, your North Carolina Central Aggies, and
No, Eagles.
are they the Eagles? Oh,
Yeah,
so it's North Carolina A&T Aggies. That's what.
correct. Right.
All right,
North
yeah.
Carolina Central University, HBCU,
Yep.
national champions
They are the national champions.
of
So
the HBCU.
today we are going to give our 4-round mock drafts for our respective teams. Uh, for me, I'll give this will be my second time doing a mock draft for the Houston Texans, and this will be AJ's first time doing a mock draft for his Dallas Cowboys. So we'll go through, and we're doing just 4 rounds. We're not giving you all 7 rounds a day. 4 rounds may be too much, but we're gonna give you at least that much. So I'll do the runner. I'll do my 4 rounds first from the Texans. We'll chop it up a little bit, and then AJ will give his 4 rounds from the Cowboys. We'll chop it up for a little bit, and then we'll get up out of here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me know if y'all hear this. Yes, sir. So with the number 2 pick in the with the number 2 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Will Anderson, edge from Alabama. So we're selecting Will Anderson with my number 2 pick in this mock draft. Uh, I know it's leaning right now towards Will Levis, but I feel like uh, we need to pick the best person at their position right now. And for me, I know it's a toss up between uh, Will Anderson and Tyree Wilson in some people's minds, but I believe that Will Anderson is a clear uh, uh, number 1, and Tyree Wilson is a clear number 2 for the edge rushers. So uh, we're gonna we're gonna do it like that, and we're going with Will Anderson for number 2. Let's move on to number 12, the number 12 pick. So with the number 12 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Anthony Richardson. So in my mock draft, Anthony Richardson falls to us at number 12. Uh, Will Levis has clearly jumped him, and I don't think Will Levis is good enough for the number 2 pick or trading up for. So we're going to choose Anthony Richardson with the number 12 pick. Now, in reality, I still for the Texans to take Anthony Richardson with the number 12 pick, they may have to move up. But for these purposes right here, we're staying at number 12 and we're drafting Anthony Richardson. I feel like this brother can excel in this offense, that Bobby Slowick has brought to the Texans. I feel like he can get the ball out quick, get it to speedy receivers, running backs, let them run after the catch, and that's going to really negate a lot of people's issues with his completion percentage because I feel like he can make all those throws to wide open receivers underneath and running backs out of the backfield. And I think he'll be doing a lot more of that than downfield. And I feel like he can get the occasional play action pass down the field as well. And the running game will also excel with his athleticism and running ability in it. Did I get all that, brother? Did I get all that?
Yes, sir.
All right. With our let's go. With our 33rd pick in the second round of the 2023 NFL Draft, Houston Texans select John Michael Schmitz. Put that on there. John Michael Schmitz, center from Minnesota. We need an interior lineman, but more specifically, we need a center. I feel like Schmitz is the second best interior O lineman in the draft and best center, and so I feel like taking him at 33 is right along the lines of where he needs to be, where he should be drafted, and so I feel like he can be a day one starter. So, we'll see what the Texans do and how he competes. But I feel like the Big Ten produce a lot of really good linemen in the league each year, and I feel like he can be another one. They making you a drink, dog? Hey.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. Hey, so with let's do that again. So with the number 73 pick in the So with the number 65 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Nathaniel "Tank" Dell, wide receiver from Houston, University of Houston. He's a dynamic receiver, but he's shorter. He'll be a slot. I feel like he'll come in and be in the rotation immediately. He'll be able to catch all the underneath passes, the short routes, quick outs, Q routes, everything that maybe Slowick wants to put into this offense that Anthony Richardson can handle, that Case Keenum can handle if he's in there at any point in time. And, just being an extension of the running game, I like this guy and his short area quickness. Nathaniel Dell, and his speed is off the charts. I want to say he's a high 4.3, low 4.4, so he can definitely run after the catch. Moving on to our second pick in the third round with the number 73 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. The Houston Texans select Jack Campbell, linebacker, Iowa. Jack Campbell is a bruiser. He can go sideline to sideline, but he goes from tackle to tackle, and he doesn't miss very many tackles. Uh, I love Big Ten linebackers, and this guy is a nice one from Iowa. Uh, I think he can jump in the rotation immediately with the linebackers that we currently have coming back, and he might even win a starting job. Okay, Jack Campbell, uh, pick number 73, second overall pick in the third round. Now, for the Texans' last pick in my 4 round mock draft, pick number 104, our first and only pick in the fourth round, the Houston Texans select Devon Achane, running back, Texas A&M University. Let's go, running back. Now listen up, Devon Achane. He's about 5'9", about 190 pounds. Uh, but he is tough as nails, quick as lightning. Uh, he had what 5 runs of over 70 yards this year. I mean, he sees daylight and he hits the hole quick as anyone. And and the fourth round is a steal for A Chain right here. I feel like he's a second to third round uh, player, and so to get him at 104, I think is necessary because I think Pittsburgh is right there behind us, and if we don't get him there, I believe that they might get him. So, uh, and I believe he can be the lightning to Damian Pierce's thunder. And in this league, you need multiple running backs every single year, you know. And I know that that coach understands that because of his time in San Francisco and all the running backs they had, they would get hurt, and it just seemed like they produced no matter who they put out there, they produced solidly. Like they had really good running backs, even like their third and fourth string running backs that ultimately had to play because they had a lot of injuries on that front. I know because I had a few of them in my fantasy team, and they all contributed and they all seemed to do well when they stepped in there. So I'm sure that Coach Ryans uh, wants to get running back depth in this draft. And the fourth round, Devon Achane, if he's available, uh, he should be the one for us to choose. Whew, that was a lot, but I got it out. My brother, I'm excited. If our draft looks like this through the first 4 rounds, and no, I didn't choose a cornerback, which we need. We'll probably address that uh, right after this one in the fifth round. But uh, I like all these pieces, all of them necessary, and I can see uh, Will Anderson starting. Anthony Richardson may not start immediately, but I can see him ultimately becoming a starter. John Michael Schmitz starting immediately. Nathaniel Dell in the rotation. Jack Campbell in the rotation, and Devon Achane in the rotation. I love what I did with my mock draft 2.0. Uh, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with the Cowboys they got to address their run defense. So with that being said, um, last year when they played the 49ers,
Mhm.
um, everybody talks about Dak throwing 2 interceptions, which he did. It's a fact. However, when the Cowboys needed to stop San Francisco,
Yep.
they ran down their throats and scored a touchdown. Um, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they went 75, 80 yards with about 5 or 6 minutes left in the game, and they dominated the Cowboys at the point of attack
Yeah.
and scored that touchdown, which led to the 49ers going on and the Cowboys going home. So with that in mind, with the 26th
Oh,
pick.
hold on. Let me do the music real quick, and then you can do that right after you hear the music. Hold on. There you go.
In the first round, with the 26th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select defensive tackle Calijah Cancey from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So Calijah Cancey from Pittsburgh, 6 foot, 280-pound defensive tackle. Very strong, very agile, run stopper. His his strength and his endurance is just exactly what they need. Now, already he's young, but he's a physical specimen playing for Pittsburgh. So, with the analysis I gave you that we need to stop the run, the Cowboys addressed that with a stout defensive tackle.
Already.
University of Pittsburgh.
That's a nice pickup.
Cue the music. In the second round, with the 58th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Felix Anudike-Uzomah from K-State.
Yes, sir.
The Cowboys are addressing an edge runner, a rusher, which I saw him playing a couple of games, and man, he was all over the field, man. He's a pretty good complement to number 11.
Yeah.
Now, if they get both of those guys on the end, right? One plays one side, one plays the other, and they figure out what their middle linebacker is.
Right.
Because it's not going to be Vandeledge. I think it's going to be Sam Williams, who got drafted last year, number 54. He's a thumper.
Okay.
I believe that the Cowboys are making a good move with this.
Yeah.
The reason why is they moved 11 all over the place, man. And, I think he should be on the end, right? Because at middle linebacker, right, you're absorbing a whole lot of stuff. There's a lot more traffic, right? He could create more havoc on the end. Now they got two guys that are very similar. Let me give you some dimensions on Felix. So they got him at 6'4", 270 pounds with long arms and great athletic ability.
Love a defensive end with long arms.
Absolutely. So I think that's a really good pick. I mean, they have to go defense. Offense, they're set pretty much. They might could get another lineman down the line. But because they lost a couple of their linemen, moved on. Their tight end moved on, but they drafted a tight end last year pretty high.
Okay.
So they got to address defense. They got to be able to stop the run. San Francisco ran, like I said, they ran all over the Cowboys at the end of the game. So cue the music. With the 90th pick in the third round, the Dallas Cowboys select running back Tank Bigsby from Auburn. I think that's a really good pick. Finally, the Cowboys are picking some players from the SEC, which we know is probably the best conference overall team, right? And I used to say to myself, I said, wait a minute, why isn't the Cowboys picking some of these players from the SEC? I couldn't understand it.
Right.
They finally went out and got them a guy that has the dimensions and the ability to be to be a really good running back.
Okay.
His dimensions are: he's 21. He's 6 foot, 213 pounds,
Okay.
and 6 foot 213, power and speed, and power.
Yes,
So the
sir.
Cowboys did a really good job. If they can get this guy like this, they got Zeke is gone, and since he's always going to be a legend in Cowboy history.
Right.
Uh, you know, uh, they needed a running back. They needed a quality running back, somebody that can handle the load. And I think this would be a really, really good pick in the third round if they can get him.
Already.
Cue the music.
Oh, hold on, man. Here we go.
Once again, with that defensive, trying to shore up that run defense, the Dallas Cowboys select 129th pick in the fourth round, defensive tackle Kobie Turner from Wake Forest. Okay? Let me give you the dimensions of Kobie Turner. 6'3", 288 pounds from Wake Forest. Defensive lineman, senior. They rate him at about an 83 overall. 38 tackles, 21 for solos, 2 forced fumbles, 2 sacks. So playing in the ACC against some of the better teams, they went defense, which I think is what they needed to do, and run defense.
Yeah. So great, man. So with the first 4 picks, first 4 round for the Cowboys, they took 2 defensive tackles and a defensive end. Okay. So what are their other needs?
I think the Cowboys. I still think they got to shore up that offensive line. They had 2 offensive linemen leave, so it's hard to replace those guys with rookies. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they're going to have to get somebody. So I think their next pick should be an offensive lineman. But their receiving core is experienced now. They're going to be veterans.
Yeah.
So they could use another receiver, but one of the 3 guys that they had last year will probably be their 4th receiver.
Okay.
And to me, their punt returner guy, they need to put him out there in the slot with all that speed.
Yeah.
And use him, and then just develop another punt returner, just in case you got him on the field.
Yeah.
So I think they need to shore up their offensive line. Looks like because they look like they got 2 good running backs right now, right?
Yep.
It's drafting this guy.
Yep.
So and they're trying to strengthen their defense. They just got that cornerback from the. They used to play the New England Pacers. Was it Stephon? So the Cowboys I think they've done pretty good, and they should go defensive linemen, and because their run defense just wasn't very good.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully those 3 linemen they got in the first 4 rounds are in the rotation.
Yeah, I'm sure they will be. I mean, they were decent. They were decent defensive linemen, but these are some young studs that they're bringing into the game. Felix, like I said, I saw K-State play a little bit. That guy can run just like he's a Javon Curse type of defensive end. Everybody know, if you really know football, Javon Curse was a very, very good defensive end for the Tennessee Titans.
Right. So for the Texans, uh, some positions of need that I didn't address: cornerback, tight end, and maybe well, and definitely an interior lineman, defensive lineman. So we can definitely finish out the draft with another tight end, another defensive or a defensive tackle, a cornerback or two, uh, a safety. It's some this is safeties that it's a good draft for safeties and a good draft for cornerbacks. So if we can get two more cornerbacks or a cornerback and a safety or something like that, uh, just because they're in the fourth, fifth, or sixth round, it doesn't mean that they're going to be on the practice squad because that's a deep position. They can get some quality guys in those positions, and hopefully that's what we look to do. But they'll probably go, best person, whatever their board shakes out at after the fourth round, like best person available for the position of need, that type of thing, and you know, in Ryan's, D'Amico, it's his first draft running things. So, and I say running things because he's the head coach, not because he's running the draft. Because I believe Nick Casario is running the draft, but I think they're going to be working hand in hand together on this thing. And
Well,
so,
one thing I think that the Texans have done well, they branded themselves pretty good to get a clean start by bringing D'Amico.
yeah,
I remember coming out of Fox News, Fox 26 News, and I ran into him. He had just got traded to
Eagles.
to the Eagles, exactly. And
Hmm.
I was like, "Yo, man, don't go." He said, "Bro," bro, they paying me, you
Already,
know." And don't forget,
really,
D'Amico was a second round draft pick out of Alabama.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when he came to the Texans, man, he was thumping. He
Hey,
was
man,
thumping. But then when it got time to write the check, the Texans didn't do it. So now they get a second chance with D'Amico.
I
And
was
I really wish the Texans well. We live in Houston.
right,
Um,
right.
it's good to see those teams, our home teams win. I mean, we live here. This is our home now. Definitely for me.
Yep.
And like I said, I got a chance to meet D'Amico Ryans. So I'm really wishing him and the Texans well. Except for
Right.
they play my Cowboys.
Hey, so we got about 5 more minutes, man. Let's go ahead and jump into this a little bit. So let me let you know what I think my draft philosophy is and what it should be for the Texans. Uh, and I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but then I'll have you talk about the Cowboys a little bit. We got about 3 minutes apiece. So what I believe, like the Texans draft philosophy should be, you know, I believe they should with multiple picks in the first round, with uh 12 to 14 picks in this entire draft, I feel like there is no reason why we shouldn't get the best player at least three positions. I believe like the number two pick, we should have the best player. If it's not the best quarterback, don't draft the quarterback, right? But we should be able to draft the best edge, right? And for them, it's the best. Like for me, it's Will Anderson. For them, it's going to either be Will Anderson or Tyree Wilson, whoever they feel is the best, right? For number 12, I feel like we should be able to draft the best receiver, Jackson and Jigba. I think will be. I don't think that there might be a receiver drafted ahead of us, but I'm not sure. But if there is, uh, there will be uh, a cornerback, the best. We should be able to draft. Bijan Robinson should be there, the best running back. I feel like, as a philosophy, we should get the best. Number 33, we're looking for interior linemen. We should get the best. You know that Steve Avila should be there. Uh, like I said, John Michael Schmitz should be there. Whoever is the best slotted as the best on their board, or if they got them neck and neck, then we're good. It's a toss up. But that's just a philosophy that I have when dealing with so many draft picks and the possibility of moving up. Like we can move up from 12. we can draft whoever we want at number 2 and move up at number 12 because we have so many draft picks this year and next year. You know, and if you know Nick Casario, he's done that in the past. He's moved up and he's moved back, so I know he's not afraid to do that. But that's my philosophy for the Texans. What's yours for the way
Hey,
the Cowboys draft
just like I
tomorrow?
said, right? The Cowboys got Brandon Cook, so they got a solid 1,000-yard receiver that could work the inside and the outside from the slot.
Hmm.
But and then they got a cornerback that's all pro. Um, so the next thing was they gotta be able to stop the run. So they gotta go get some really big, aggressive, uh, taking on two a double team block uh, defensive tackles. So they got to go after guys that can, like you said, can play right away, but don't
Yeah,
have to be a starter, but be in the rotation. And
absolutely.
that's why my mock draft is defense. And they needed a running back too. They needed somebody that could kind of light it up.
And Tank Bigsby is a
Yeah.
good one. He's a good one.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I saw him play a little bit. I mean, hey,
Yeah,
when you play in the ACC, I mean, excuse me, the SEC, and you come out and have a good career and you're healthy, that's a really good start.
yep, yep. Good deal, man. Hey, I love it, man. This was my second one. It was 2.0 for me, 1.0 for you. You know what I'm saying? We'll get together after the draft. I don't think we'll do another one before the draft on
Yeah,
Thursday.
no. After the draft is fine. We'll
Yeah.
see our viewers after the draft. We'll be able to
Hmm.
after the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll be able to digest it
Yeah.
and we'll talk off camera and we'll come back with some really in-depth analysis about what we like, what we think that we could improve on, and if the
Right.
draft is worth it, filling out the rest of the roster.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, player. Appreciate you, man, and for your thoughts and everything. And it's going to be an exciting time, and I'm looking forward to Thursday, to the beginning of the draft, seeing who we pick, and you know, hopefully both teams, hopefully the Texans and the Cowboys hit licks, man, in that first round.
Yeah. Hey, can't wait, man. This will be our second year doing the show. I'm sure we're going to get better and better at it.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to it, and newcomers coming around and watching our show. So everybody
Already.
have a good evening.
Yes, sir. Later, bro.